right, I'm gonna wrap up with this real quick. So, Matt, I want you to go through. These are the shot number 16. I want you to just go through these real quickly. These are the people that you've been around and interviewed, Marty, over the years. So there's Dale Earnhardt Jr., Nick Saban, Tiger Woods, Tim Tebow. One more. There's Michael Jordan.
The GOAT.
So here's my thing to you. So my favorite part of your book is not all those. Is I have the chance to meet a lot of cool people, but the next picture is the one that meant the most to me in your book. So that's Olivia Quigley, and that was a girl you met that was at International Special Olympics, and she died not long after that.
You mind if I tell the story?
Tell the story.
So I get asked every day what interview was the most impactful in your life, and they're expecting those other people, and I always say that young lady right there. So in 2015, we got the opportunity at ESPN to go broadcast the Special Olympics World Games in LA. And we made the decision as a group that we were going to broadcast them just like the Olympic Games. And we go to LA, and my role on that broadcast group was to embed myself and immerse myself with the United States teams to learn their individual and team stories so that I might disseminate those globally throughout the 2.5 weeks we were there, but specifically during the 3.5-hour live global broadcast on ABC of the opening ceremony. So it was a super hot June day. I walk into the track stadium at the University of California, Riverside, and I'm chatting with the track coach, a lady named Bonnie Kahn, and she's sharing this person's story with me, that person's story with me. They're all overcoming because these are athletes with intellectual disabilities who've been told their entire life, you can't, you won't, don't try, you're not good enough. That crap is what they've been fed. And here they were doing it. And so the energy in the track stadium was unbelievably beautiful. I look over to my left and I see this athlete over there all by themselves, bald-headed, stretching on this bench like you'd find on the sideline at a high school football stadium, this aluminum bench. And I asked the coach, I'm like, who's that? She goes, oh, that's Olivia. And I said, I'll be right back. And I went over there and I sat down beside her and I put my arm around her and I said, what are you doing over here all by yourself? She said, I'm just so tired. I said, what do you mean you're tired? We just got started. Everybody's having a great time. Look. She said, one word, chemotherapy. Olivia was 24 years old, adopted from China at 3 by her parents, Dan and Judy, in Wisconsin. They did not know upon adoption that Olivia had autism. For Olivia, autism was a condition, it was not a definition. As I chatted with her, she proceeded to tell me that she had been undergoing this exhaustive 5 months chemotherapy and radiation treatment to battle stage 4 breast cancer. But when she got the call from the Special Olympics World Games that she could compete in LA against other athletes all over the globe, she called her oncologist and said, I'm done with this. I'm going to go there and I'm going to win medals and I'm going to show ladies all over the world what they can do while they're battling this disease. So obviously I'm listening to her say this and I'm completely enthralled. She had this beautiful way of chasing your eyes while you spoke to her to make sure you were listening. Well, we conclude our conversation that day and she just says to me, can you just please tell everyone how happy I am? I said, of course I'll do that. Well, I interviewed her on the opening ceremony live. She had on that little head covering. I then write about her. I then report on her throughout the week. She becomes this big story. So we get a week later to the University of Southern California track stadium where she gets in the blocks, the gun goes off, she runs the 100 meters, and she wins the gold medal. She collapses in exhaustion at the finish line. The stands are going berserk. A couple days after that, she is the anchor leg on the 4x100 gold medal winning team. The stands are going berserk. She ultimately leaves there We have an arm at ESPN called ESPNW that champions females of sport, women of sport, and they have this massive banquet at the end of every year in New York City. All Olivia ever wanted to do was see the New York City lights. She got invited to be the keynote speaker at that event. Elena Deladon, Serena Williams, all of them. She is speaking to these people. She was this light in the world. Well, we maintained a relationship. She would text me all the time, "You're tied up, Matt, your hair looks funny." She was awesome. She got a job at the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin. She got a dog. She got a brown belt in Taekwondo. She became this indomitable force. Well, the cancer did not relent. It moved to her organs, her spine, ultimately made its way to her brain and took her from us in the fall of 16. I come home from covering an LSU football game. I'll never forget this. Open up my mailbox. I'm standing in the middle of the street in front of my home. There's one of those manila envelopes in the mailbox, the yellow kind that has the bubble wrap inside. And I pull open this envelope, and inside are two things. There is a piece of stationery and a black velvet box. So I open the stationery. It is from her mother, Judy, whom I had gotten to know very well. And in that letter, Judy thanked me and ESPN because, according to her, because we paid Olivia mind as a human being, it completely changed their familial dynamic. She went from this angry person who felt misunderstood and unheard to infused with self-confidence. They didn't have to talk to her in a certain way anymore. They were able to communicate in a completely different fashion. And Judy said that before Olivia passed away, she created something of a last will and testament, and she wanted her special friend, that's what she called me, to have that black velvet box. Y'all want to know what was in that black velvet box? Her 100-meter gold medal from the Special Olympics World Games. And that medal sits on my desk in Charlotte, North Carolina, every single day, open, so that I have a tangible reminder of the power of kindness. We do not have to have Walton's money to change the world. If we offer time, if you walk into the Starbucks and you ask that barista, "How's your day going?" They might be having a terrible day. But you paying them attention and offering them your soul will change that day. And then maybe that person behind you in line's having a bad day, and that barista then changes their day. And then maybe they let somebody into traffic who's a little bit late for work. And it becomes a chain of events because kindness is undefeated, man.
I can't think of a better way to end this. Let's give it up for our man Marty Smith. Great job, Marty. Perfect.